Hey, GD Talbot here. I want to do a video talking about Facebook and their banning, their lack of standards, but my puppy just doesn't want to let me today. So I'm going to have to do it with her on my lap, I guess. So I'm sorry, did I disturb you? Are we done? Okay, I'm going to do a video now. So I want to talk about this because I've been banned recently, twice actually, and I just got off a 7 day ban. But I'm just amazed over the years, like the bannings have happened, censorship that's happened. And it's something I want to go over because I don't actually think Facebook has standards. Just to point out, you know, things I've turned in. Like I've turned in people too, and nothing has happened. I've been called a clear non-human who doesn't deserve to have little black babies. My wife has been called an Uncle Tom N word because of the way I voted. Uh, Violence, threats of violence, call for violence against me, my wife, and our children. Facebook never does anything about these things. In 2016, I've talked about this in the past, I had the words vote Trump. That's it. That's the entire post. Just the letters vote Trump. And I was cited for having child porn, which was weird. But it was back up in less than a couple of hours because I fought it and they immediately put it back up, which was kind of weird. But it's kind of interesting to look at 2016 and then 2020, and I've talked about this. I was completely banned pretty much from all social media sites and not given any reason why, including Facebook. In fact, there's my kitten. I guess she wants to come over. Um, but I told, I remember I kept fighting it because I said, well, at least tell me what I did. And I wasn't, and here's the other thing, I wasn't given a time period. I was just told I was banned. No time period given at all. And then after the election was over, I was allowed to speak again. If you don't think that's censorship, then there's something wrong with you. Like, there's something seriously wrong there. But I just find it funny because, like, the last one, the 7 day ban I just got off of, there was a woman on a Christian Facebook page harassing Christians, vulgar, nasty. Um, my cat's gonna come over again. Nope, I guess she can go that way. And I called her out as being a troll because she was. She was just being a harassing, nasty troll. I was banned for 7 days for harassment. Mind you, I went and turned in because she's blatantly against Facebook's standards. Because if you're gonna she was way more nastier than I was, and she didn't get banned from Facebook. She's still there, running her mouth, being mouthy and nasty. So yeah, I don't think Facebook really has like standards. And like I said, just a little while ago, within the last month, I was banned for 3 days for making a post standing against pedophilia. I can't figure out how opposing pedophilia is somehow against the standards. So I guess Facebook wants children to be victimized. I don't get the logic at all. And then recently I saw the video of the whistleblower. Facebook needs to do more to come after conservatives. I should be in charge. So in other words, she's pretty much saying the government should run Facebook and she should be the one put in charge of it to make sure only leftist Democrats' views are heard. Like, these are some scary times. This is extremely scary. And it's never going to understand. And I have this argument with people a lot too, where I tell them it's okay. I think that that musician Nikki, I don't know if I can say her name correctly. I don't follow her, but I think she's a prime example of what's wrong going on. She made a statement clearly incorrect about COVID, and then people went after her about it. And if you don't know, people on Twitter were right out asking for her to be censored, to be removed from Twitter, to not be allowed to speak. And she came back angrily saying you can't disagree, you can't talk, and she made a good point. It wasn't about her being right or wrong. It was a point of don't tell her she doesn't have a right to speak. I agree. I support people being right. I support people being wrong. The thing is, I support freedom of expression and opinions and ideas. Like, she should be allowed to be wrong. And it's funny how quickly that disappeared because she wasn't going to come around to the left in the Democratic Party. So it quickly disappeared from the news feeds because it couldn't be a victory for them. But but the truth still stands. Yeah, this is what her opinion was. I guess of the vaccine, giving somebody blue balls. Like, yeah, I don't find that highly unlikely. I think she's wrong. But damn, I'm not telling her she can't speak. And I find that incredible that, people are like, immediately, you're not allowed to speak, you don't have the right narrative. What? Like, it's just the stupidity it's coming. And I think it's going to get worse. And honestly, if you use something for more than like 10 years, I'm sorry, you become dependent on it. And it's sad, but it's true. I remember a story when I was a kid. Someone was telling me that pocket watches, men had pocket watches at one point. That's the only thing they used. And then wristwatches came out, and those who used pocket watches the longest opposed the wristwatches the most because they became dependent on how they used what they use for seeing what time it is. And I agree. I've been using Facebook for over 10 years. I don't even want to use Facebook anymore, but I can't seem to get away from it. Yeah, because something becomes routine and you're used to doing it and stuff. And I even reached out to Facebook and said, listen, obviously, if you're going to support pedophilia, you're going to support racism against people who don't vote Democrat. And now, you're going to support someone harassing Christians and instead of supporting the person that calls that person out and says, well, no, you're just being a troll. You're going to go after me for telling them that they're a troll. It's obvious that we do not see eye to eye anymore. It's obvious you should not want me on your platform. Ban me for life. Make it easier on both of us. Because honestly, it's hard to get away, and I'm slowly, honestly, reprogramming myself to get away from Facebook because it's something I'm used to using. I've become lazy and dependent on it. But like I said to Facebook, it'd be really nice if you banned me for life. Then I would have no choice but to actually call my family. I would have no choice but to get in my car and drive and go see friends and family. Like, just get the hell out of the house instead of seeing what they're doing quickly on Facebook, which is true. And I'm sure I'm going to get made fun of for that, but I don't care. Because if you're a logical thinker, you understand that it's highly likely. You get dependent on things, So that's it. I just wanted to complain about Facebook for a while. They're ridiculous. Zero standards. It's obviously censorship. It's not standards. It's obviously, if you can't hold everyone to the same standards, and you have to look at political demographics before you make the decision, then yeah, this has nothing to do with standards. It has to do with censorship. So anyhow, if you're out and about today, say kind words, do kind acts. Kindness spreads joy. And I'm drying them out. See ya.